Unseen for generations. A dyad in the force.
Another week, another Last of Us. Wow. Why did that sound Trump? Another Last of Us. This week, I can't help myself. I know I hate priming people, but priming myself especially. This week is called Feel Her Love, and I know that it's going to have something to do with the Seraphites and the Prophets. So we may get to see what we speculated last week. Choco, what did we speculate last week and what happened?
From where they are to where they need to be, there's a war going on. They're going to have to walk through one of the sides, but since we've already had them run into, one side, the WLF, then they're definitely going to be running into this crazy cult. Before we jump into it, though, there's been a lot of discourse on this past episode on whether or not it was good. I haven't played the game myself, but people were upset because of how warm and like loving this relationship was versus in the game where Dina says I'm pregnant and she's like, you're a burden now. Do you think it's a good change? Do you think it's a bad change?
As always, timestamps are in the description, so if you want to get straight into the reaction, go on ahead. I don't know if I can call it a good or a bad change. I just know that I'm kind of indifferent about it because I can understand from a game perspective, because you play as Ellie, that there's some kind of motivating factor there that informs how Ellie in the game acts, whereas this is a linear story. And a lot of what we are experiencing, a lot of what we learn about Ellie's motivations and her character are through a third-person lens. And so there has to be some changes there from a general audience standpoint. I didn't raise any eyebrows when I saw that scene because, for the most part, I am looking out for like changes from the game, but I'm also paying attention to what's happening at the very moment, and like I'm in the moment, and I didn't think it was out of the ordinary for Ellie to be proud of being a dad. It's like it's one of those things that you learn about and you're like, holy crap. And they're dealing with a lot.
And myself, as someone who hasn't played the game, I actually appreciated it the way it is in the show. And so I think I might have a fresh perspective on it. If you play the game, you already know the story. And so some things don't necessarily need to be earned or shown or told because your mind will automatically fill in those gaps, right? In the story as is, their relationship was not fully established, and I understand why, because they didn't want that relationship to overshadow anything in the previous episodes, because the previous episodes have all been pretty damn meaty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want them to establish their relationship fully the same time Joel dies, or you know what I mean? Like, so having an episode that fully cements them together, for the audience, because again, I didn't feel that connection because I didn't see it. This raises the stakes for me, and it would actually seem out of place if she was just like, you're a burden to me now. In that scene, that would feel really weird, and I would be like, why is Dina still there? Also, after she plays Take On Me, come on.
That was a really good scene. One thing that they're missing from this discourse is that when you're playing the game, at that very moment, Ellie is pissed. And so it makes sense that she sees Dina as a burden, because Dina might have been acting in that way, preventing her from doing it because she was worried about Ellie and she's pregnant, or take unnecessary risks. Right now, like, their relationship is different and it's set up different in the show, so it wouldn't make sense for Ellie to just kind of make a 180 on her and be like, you're a burden.
She's been the exact opposite of a burden this whole time. She's been the only person allowing them to survive.
All right, let's get into Feel Her Love. Yeah. making their way downtown to the white building.
He said it's in the air.
What?
He said it's in the air.
In the ooh.
See what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't an event, or we would have all been infected weeks ago. So
Are they doing this now?
And we locked the only door to B2.
Are they doing spores? What do you think?
Dang. So now they got that's another obstacle.
Why? Because I'm stupid? That's not the word I would use. Really? What word then? Non-school oriented. Fuck you. I went to school. Let me help. You know how that works? Yes. Triangles. Oh, I actually brought a protractor. You did? No. I don't know what that is, and I hated math. I'm leaving you alone now and going to explore the rest of this place because you're smart as fuck.
Yeah, the outlook is really, really different at this point. I mean, at this point in the game, Ellie is still revenge tour, like, super hardcore. I like this version as well, though. Oh, are we going to get those scenes? Hold on.
I mean, for me, it just makes sense because even in dark situations, even in anger, you have reprieves, you have moments of levity.
Yeah.
And also, it ends up being like a story-based checkpoint where you're like, your hero can turn back now if they wanted.
That's another difference with the game. In the game, you're constantly objective-driven. Right? You're constantly
As
pushing.
you are in games.
Yeah. You're constantly pushing forward for the next objective. In this case, this show has an objective of telling a story.
Why aren't they patrolling it?
It's a hospital, right? It's the hospital.
Probably. But what we're doing is reckless, so kind of a wash. Let's go be reckless.
Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go back?
I like how
I'll take you back. You don't need to do this with
they
me.
added the comma for feel this, bitch.
You know, you never
The
asked
grammatically
me about the first
correct.
person I killed. Huh? Okay. And when I shot him, he looked more startled. I'm so sorry.
I would be startled
Whatever
too if
reason
I got
Joel
shot
gave
by
us,
an 8-year-old.
He didn't deserve that. And I think, what if I hadn't snuck out? No.
Dang.
No.
Oh, that
And if I hadn't killed him,
face.
if he had gotten away, I promise you, I would have hunted him down forever.
Sorry, I was just.
That was intense. It was intense delivery.
And I'll keep going if you want. There's no right answer.
I love Dina.
If I die, it's on me. It won't be your fault.
Yeah, Dina's trying to actively not be a burden in this version. I'm actually a fan of this version.
It also would make sense if in a game you are the character, so you are the one that's driving everything forward.
Yeah.
So the other character probably would be a burden, but like in this, Dina's gonna have strengths, Ellie's gonna have strengths.
Dude, I might walk away from this show like loving Dina more than Ellie at this point. Not to take anything away from Ellie, though. Still love Ellie.
Yeah, you should do that. Because you're the one who can't get infected. We can handle that. We've done it like 1,000,000 times. Yeah,
Unless there's
it'll
stalkers.
be okay. But shooting has to be a last resort.
Beer bottle tactics.
Oh, you think that no matter what happens, I'm just gonna start firing? Literally every single time. Yes. Don't get on me. You're a little crazy. You love me.
Aww. I know.
Oh, I know.
Grab a couple of bottles. This isn't the game, so you can carry like 4 or 5. It's interesting for them to introduce spores now, because our main characters don't know about it.
What was that? Was that a leg?
Something. Oh, it's a stalker.
What is that? And why is it hiding? I think it's a smart one. Now that fucker's gonna try to flank us.
I'm scared shitless.
Flank it first.
Quickly. Just like the 100 men versus a gorilla. Me and you versus stalker. How's that ending?
Versus a stalker? Listen, I mean,
It's not that hard.
we're both
I think
dead.
We're dying.
We're both dead. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, there's...
What do we do? I don't know. Let's go back the way we came. If we run, they're gonna chase, so we have to go slow.
Don't tell me they're in there with a bunch of stalkers. Oh gosh, that's scary as fuck.
You see that fencing over there?
Last resort, man.
Jesus.
I'm saying, man, you can still die from bites. Tommy? Oh, Jesse. Oh my god.
She's okay. I was watching. They didn't fight her. Jesse, I swear.
This is interesting.
God, this is intense. Oh.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Not coming in the park. Do I look like I want to fucking talk to you right now?
Oh.
You came alone?
No. Me and Tommy.
Dang.
Till we weren't. Is Tommy okay?
Hopefully.
They're not coming into the park for a reason. I knew it.
What the fuck is that?
Ugh. You hate those torches.
And if they're fighting with bow and arrows and stuff, like...
He is nested in sin.
He's not gonna talk, but he will spill his guts.
Oh. Oh.
Well,
Fucking go!
Yeah, this was in the game. Ugh. PTSD.
that's... Man, that just extra makes me want to play the game, because it feels like it'd be terrifying to have a bunch of torches pop up.
Yeah. Is she going for it?
She looking like the character from the Intergalactic game. The new game's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that her?
That's her.
Okay, just making sure. I was like,
You shoot me, Sam will have every soldier come running.
You'll still be dead.
Good point.
Tell me where she is and maybe I let you go. Where's Abby?
Yeah, that little bitch got what he deserved.
Kaboom. I mean, just shoot her right now. Oh! Oh. They know it's sealed up there. Oh, you can see it.
oh, but she's immune.
You could. That's definitely spores.
Yeah.
This is normally where we see spores, is when it's lots of cordyceps. Even without spores, you hate to walk into a place and see that, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
It's just too much stuff.
Yeah.
It's making my skin crawl. I don't like it. Ooh.
Just breathing it, yeah. That's how it happens. Oh.
Oh. That's her son.
I think they largely had to do the spores for this scene.
Where's Abby?
That shot. Jeez.
Don't you know what he did? Including the only fucking person alive that can make a cure from here. That was Abby's father. And Joel. Joel shot him in the head. That's what he did.
I'm gonna watch you die.
Where's Abby?
Oh my God.
That's a big pipe. That seems like a pretty heavy pipe too.
She looks
No.
crazy in this lighting.
Where is she? Where is she?
Oh man, goddamn.
Hey, kiddo.
Hi.
Is it time to go to the... Oh, okay. I knew it was coming. I didn't realize... Or I thought that they might have found a way to change the chase, but it is crucial that she finds out she's immune through that mechanism. That was a heavy episode. Spores changes a lot of things.
We don't necessarily know how often we'll end up seeing spores,
Yeah.
right? Because this established that it wasn't on basement 1; it was on basement 2 and below.
We might not even run into it again, but it's cool that for that scene in particular, it's cool that they did it. But just having it existing and being part of like the cordyceps thing, like seeing all of the dead bodies, breathing it out like it happens in the game is really, really cool. That's the Ellie that I'm used to. That's the Ellie that we play. Psychopathic look on her face when she's staring Nora down. And I think part of the reason that returned is Dina wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I think that was a great way. Let me know if you read it differently, but it's a great way for them to be implicit that she views Dina as a burden, right? Because she can't, again, like this is like a shifting of what happens in the game and what happens in the show. Like this is the shifting of like, we see what Ellie is truly like by herself.
Well, I mean, Dina having to be carried out there, obviously that's literally a burden. I like the implication as well that we will have this rage monster Ellie, who after this might go back to that hotel and have, a sweet time, and has to grapple with, I could go home and have a relatively happy life and let go of this rage monster, carry forth. And obviously she's going to carry forth, but, making that decision as hard as possible, I think is a good thing narratively.
Introducing Jesse and Tommy. We got the scene from the game, which is, well, at this point, I think Ellie is alone and sneaking around, and she witnesses them, torturing that wolf, the Seraphites.
Yeah.
That's their first time seeing it, and real time. But it's things are off to the races now. She got one down.
She got one down. Doesn't know how to find any of the others.
But
she just got a surprise in that the father of her future child just showed up, as well as Tommy. Yeah, it's gonna be cool because that's honestly like a lot of reasons to go home.
The episode ended with what clearly is a flashback because they were talking about like space stuff in the previous episode. So there's gonna be, without spoiling too much or priming Choco, there's gonna be that flashback. So it's cool that they ended it that way. We know that flashback is happening now. I got one down, lots more to come. Like I said earlier in our reaction of this series, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I feel like this moment has to be like at the maybe halfway point.
The you ain't seen nothing yet is it's literally it's the duration of Act 2 and 3. I think this is why they wanted to do the second part in 2 seasons, because it's gonna get pretty heavy, and it's gonna be like a roller coaster, like not a roller coaster, but it's gonna be that big drop, and we're gonna stay there for a while. So it's gonna stay going like this for a while.
Dina is I'm actually gonna say she's almost too charismatic for the show.
I agree.
Where if I just saw this episode, I would think this is Dina's show until the end.
That's true. No, I agree. There's something about her.
And it's not just because she's attractive, but she just really has that
charisma. But you're also right in that the end, Bella and Ellie took it back because this is her mission, and that look in her eyes was intense. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, and subscribe to see more videos like this. Also check out our podcasts every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I believe that's it.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.